Hello. Today I'm very prolific today, and will be my third tutorial, and it will be devoted to generating Angular animation with Gulp task. And in part one, we took a look on animation with CSS transition and CSS animations using a class base. And so it's very probably, for example, it satisfies all my animation needs, if I can say this. But in some cases, your application may require something more difficult, more convoluted, something which requires some kind of difficult animation. And it's not only about ng-show, ng-hide, so maybe it would be something like synchronization of several animation, or any other needs which is pretty common in modern application. And for these purposes, Angular documentation says that JavaScript animation are the best tool to do this. And so as you know that ng-animate doesn't do animation itself, it's rather expose some kind of injection points where you can use your animation. And we took a look in the part one that we were working with class-based animation. But if you need more flexibility, the best tool for is JavaScript animation. Its implementation considerably different. It doesn't require you to create a CSS styles, and everything is doing in JavaScript file. And this is additional reason why I consider it's it's not required. It will be helpful for Angular developer to animate some kind of bootstrap application, bootstrap animation, which can be then using like starting point, and it will save a lot of development time. For me, it's 100%. So for this, by the way, I had several bugs, and I figured out that it wasn't actually bugs. I just forget to precede console parameters with 2 dashes. I used 1 dash, that's why it didn't work. But now I went ahead and create autohot key template for all this Gulp tasks. So the first one is was my tutorial number 1 about this Gulp task, and it was about value. And if you provide GDL and create white space, it expanded to Gulp value name, and just provide a name which you want to specify, and everything is explained in the first tutorial about this Gulp. But in this case, it just additional improvement which will also save you time and also try to lead you beyond this pitfalls with this console application parameters. And like we said that for transition animation, now the shortcut is GTA, and it becomes Gulp GTA -- CNAME. So I need to specify a class, and if I specify the class, for example, my best and it will be generated. And if I open CSS transitions, still, let's try again. Name my best. Okay, and it appears 2 times. Probably I didn't synchronize the file, so because it just generated 2 times, so it means the first time I worked, when I opened the file, it somehow wasn't synchronized, and the shortcut for it is Control Alt Y. Let's try now to remove this class, and it should clear this up. And because 2 files are the same, it just removes everything. The same with our Java CSS animation, so GSA, and I'll give CSS. It's not CSS. And if we go now to CSS animation still, so you can see that it has been generated, and well, everything works. And if I want to remove it, I just add okay, and yeah, everything is clear up, so everything works. You will be able to download autohot key file and Gulp file, so all the shortcuts, all this improvement will be at your disposal. We return to our main topic of application. This is JavaScript animation. So let's generate JavaScript animation, and the analogy is JA, and we need to specify CName, but we always can back up with our default. So I just delete this class, so it will be default SVV. We press enter, and everything works. And let's see whether it works. Yeah, now you can see that we will take a look on the animation, and I explained that, but you can visually see that this animation a little bit more difficult, and it would be it wouldn't be very difficult, but it will take a while to create this animation with CSS or transition CSS animation, because there are a lot of keyframes. And on this, if you have such type of animation, and with JavaScript, it is possible to use whatever you want. So you can just use a pure JavaScript and change an CSS property of the element, just doing CSS and then specifying like I did here. So okay, let's go step by step that what has been done with this animation. JavaScript animation has this a bit specific syntaxes that it is using name of your application, and then it's specify animation like method, and then you still it is, sorry, I made a mistake in the part 1 when I said that it doesn't use class-based approach. It does use class-based approach, and the additional property, and let's try to have it to see an example. So I will remove this default class, providing rem, and we can check whether everything works. So everything is clear. So we have AppJS clear. There is no animation. And now I will generate, and if I click here, it will be just ng-show, ng-hide without any animation, and I will generate animation. The only difference that in this case I will generate animation with dash. JS animation. And I want to attract your attention to the fact that in this case we do not need to convert our animation CSS class name to Pascal case. It's not a Pascal, it's a snake, and it's camel case. Sorry. And we don't need to do this, and we leave this dot. And it doesn't work with analogy what we need to do with directive. And in this case, we leave dot, and we leave dash in class name if it really if it is here, if this class contains this dash. And then we specify a function which return object which has a property like enter, leave, move, and this is for animation which is, for example, can be applied to ng-if or ng-switch, to such Angular directives which remove this element from DOM. And when we use ng-show, ng-hide, which works with appending this ng-hide class and removing it, we need to specify all our animation in property add class, remove class, and programmatically we will check whether the class name is ng-hide. So we want to make sure that we animate only when we add this ng-hide class, and it's not because it is completely possible to whatever reason to add class, even with ng class, which apply this class if Boolean element is true or some conditions is true. In JavaScript animation, we have element inside of this method. It also a function, and we have element and done. And this is another pretty important issue, that whenever you are executing JavaScript animation, in the end, in order to let Angular ng-animate module know that you are done, you need to execute this method done. So every time that I'm done with animation, I specify on complete run this method. And for doing animation in this case, and you saw an example with ng-show, ng-hide, I use a twinmax. And twinmax, this is a greensock library, JavaScript animation library, which considered to be the most flexible, the fastest, and probably you should give it a try. I wouldn't maybe use it if you need some kind of change in opacity, like in this case, if I switch our contact element from ng-show, ng-hide, if I switch to ng-if, alright, so we have this SVD, and okay, I just don't have I changed the name of animation, so we need to specify exactly this class. Okay, and now it should work. Yeah, now you can see that it does work, and it's fade in, fade out effect. If we take a look on our JavaScript animation function, that on enter I'm starting from opacity of 0 and using a twin max library, I apply it to element. The second parameter, this is duration. I can change it, for example, for 2 seconds. And I want to change opacity. And on complete, I want to run this method in order to kick everything to the jar with Angular that and let him know that I'm done with my animation. In this case, if you are only needed to change this opacity and you are sure that requirement wouldn't be changed in the future, I would use, even if I go with JavaScript animation, I would use just Angular animation. And so it's just very easy to do that. We will put jQuery, jQuery animate, and I will wrap it around elements, and then I will animate, and I want to animate opacity. I guess I need to specify an object and specify opacity 1, and probably it has to be inside of yeah, probably also here. Okay, let's try. Okay, we probably need to also animate. Unexpected token. I need to, because it is an object, and I have to use colon here. And if we take a look, that everything works. You can see that a little bit different animation, because when I'm using a green sock, I'm using green sock in order to hide it, and in order to show it, I use jQuery animation. I don't know whether it's noticeable in video, but I can see there is a subtle difference, maybe in speed and in some kind of easing function. I can see that this two animation is executed, and probably, like I said, after I'm done, I have to run this method. It will be just correct. So this is animation with ng show, ng height, and like I said, you can use any library to implement your animation. I just created with like injection point and bootstrapping with twin max, and if we switch to from ngIf to ngShow, and you will see that it's not very complicated animation, but inside of GreenSock, it is very easy to do. I specify to which property I want to animate, and I want to come with this property, so it change its width and height, so it's some kind of growing, and at the same time it's rotating, and it's rotating from minus 360 to 360. It means it rotate two, no, even three, 1, 0, no, two orbits during this 1 second. And the easiest way is just using TwinMax animation. Yeah, so this is it, and this is my tutorial about Gulp. You will be able to download my Gulp files and also autohot key, and I'm sure that it will make your workflow a little bit faster, a little bit less prone to errors when you have this bootstrap. So you do not need to search over the internet and Angular animation. Okay, and yeah, if you go to this resource, I did it, so now it's the third one. And but if you go to this resource and try to like learn what they are saying, it looks like this is Angular Teams website, but it's not. And I always miss it that this is all animation to version 1.1.15, and well, I need to spend time in order to figure out that what is what and how to do it. And documentation is also, well, it is clear, but it requires time. And I figure out that it would be very useful for me to have some kind of bootstrapping animation. Thank you, happy coding, and if you have any questions, please comment on the video, and I will try to help you, and maybe we can move further this work. Thank you, bye.